Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, and Facebookers all across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I am your host, Carlos Clayton, and this is our very first episode on the Uneducated Network. I decided to just go ahead and put it out there so my boy Craig Jones, aka Turtle, would not be alone. Check out his podcast, his talk shows, So You Think You Know Sports. Check that out as well on Uneducated Network. So now I'm the second show to be on there. We will get more shows involved, I guarantee you guys. Well, we had an NBA draft that just came up, and it was everything we asked for and more, to be honest. Because usually you get these rumors going on, and they never tend to work out when the draft actually comes in. We actually got a blockbuster trade. We'll talk about that in just a second. But as follows, let's go with the obvious. So the 76ers and the Celtics switched up third and the first pick. They switched them. So Philly with the number 1, Boston with number 3. Well, Philly gets Markelle Fultz. That was obvious. He was the obvious number 1 for the last few minutes now. So that being said, congrats to Markelle Fultz. He is the number 1 pick to the Philadelphia 76ers. And that being said, there was always also a little controversy with Lonzo Ball going to the Lakers. Is he not? Well, to most fans like me who know the game, you knew that Lonzo was going to the Lakers regardless. You knew that was about to happen. And sure enough, number 2 pick, the Lakers choose Lonzo Ball, and the whole world was excited. The whole world was buzzing. The whole Barclays Center was booming, but I'm pretty sure Lonzo's going to get booed everywhere he goes in the NBA. I can almost guarantee it. And it's not his fault. It's kind of sad. It's his dad's fault. But it is what it is. They had an interview with LeVar. The reason why he's so big because the media, journalism, they keep putting microphones in the man's face. So, of course, the man's going to say what he got to say, and he knows what he's doing. He's marketing that brand, the Big Baller brand. So he basically said he spoke it to existence. His boy is a Laker, and he's been saying it since day one that his boy will be a Laker. So it is crazy. It is crazy how that all went down. That being said, the number 3 pick was the most entertaining, the most, dare shall I say, interesting pick. Because we didn't know where the Celtics were going. We had the whole Josh Jackson declining interview or workout with the Celtics. The Celtics flying from Boston to Sacramento for that long of a trip to be denied. So then they get in Jason Tatum, and they work him out. They look good. So when rumors started swirling that Jason Tatum was being looked at by the Celtics and the Josh Jackson thing happened, you kind of figured Boston was going with Jason Tatum, and they did. In my opinion, they made the right choice. I guarantee they made the right choice. Josh Jackson is going to be one heck of a player. Jason Tatum is one heck of a player. But only problem is Jason Tatum is NBA scoring ready right now. The Celtics decided we have to go with Tatum because he can do all the things that Josh Jackson can, and he can shoot better than Josh Jackson. We need someone who can go a one-on-one wing scorer, isolation, who can take someone off the block and make something happen out of nothing. That's their problem. Right now, Boston is actually trailing Cleveland. They want Cleveland. They want to get past a Cavaliers team or LeBron James-led team, because you never know where LeBron goes next year, right? But they're trying to do that kind of stuff, and I have to applaud Boston for sticking with their guns, not going with Josh Jackson. That being said, Josh Jackson does end up number 4, the next pick, to the Phoenix Suns, and he will fit this team perfect. Josh Jackson will fit just about every team perfectly except for the Celtics, because the Celtics have that in the Jaylen Brown already. So they needed something else. So they got Jason Tatum, and now Josh Jackson goes in with the Suns. You have the 2 wings, Josh Jackson, you have Devin Booker, you have Eric Bledsoe right there. Their perimeter play is set. It's nasty. Josh Jackson can defend as well. He's probably one of the best defenders in the game. He can defend 1 through 4. So it's going to be good to see him. Freakish athletically, can jump out the gym. You knew that already. Like I said, great defense. So the Suns got something cooking in Phoenix, and finally they get a little oomph to them. At number 5, my favorite player coming out of this draft, DeAndre Fox. The guy is kid quick. He is kid quick. Outside of John Wall, maybe Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Fox might be the fastest with the ball already into the NBA. He might be the fastest, and the guy is lightning quick. When he penetrates into the lane, he penetrates with force for a reason, and you see that he's going to be outstanding when it comes down to revitalizing this Sacramento King team, because they need some inspiration to go on. So I like that they got Fox, and guess what? He battled against Lonzo Ball in the NCAA tournament and came out victorious and came out the better player, scoring 39 points on Lonzo. The Kings and the Lakers, same Pacific Division. They'll play each other 4 times this year. So 4 head-to-head meetings per year. And you never know, the playoffs might be in store in the next couple of years too. So they might have a brewing rivalry going on. And we all want to see that, I promise you. But De'Aaron Fox, that's my favorite player out of this draft. And hopefully he does well for the Kings. At number 6, Jonathan Isaac goes to Orlando. He's kind of a freakish athlete, power forward, small forward spot, can jump out the gym, play great defense. He's one of those guys that was like 6'2", 6'3" in high school and it just grew to be like 6'11" 2 years later. Sort of an Anthony Davis kind of thing going on. He's going to do well for Orlando. He can run the ball. He's not necessarily a polished scorer, but Orlando just needs to build pieces because I'm pretty sure they're trying next year to probably get a number 1 pick again because they're stuck in la la land. You hate to be where the Magic are. You know, they're not good enough to be in the playoffs, but not sorry enough to be number 1 pick. And you hate that. You know, you hate that. So that being said, number 7, well, we had the biggest trade of the night. And we had a few minor trades, talking draft picks for just little bits of players and all that, but the biggest trade of the draft night, you heard it late, the day before. Jimmy Butler to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But people were like, the Timberwolves cannot get a player of Jimmy Butler caliber. You're thinking the whole time, it's just a rumor. The Timberwolves cannot get them. But then you think about it, Timberwolves never had Tom Thibodeau as well. And Tom Thibodeau is going to make things shake up. He is the general manager and the head coach. So basically, he's over player personnel. So he's going to get his guys. We all knew that Chicago has been trying to ship out and rebuild and start over. Check out this trade. The Bulls get the 7th pick. They get Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine. And then the Timberwolves get Jimmy Butler and the 16th overall pick. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call highway robbery. Zach LaVine has had a bad ACL injury, that's still the knee, and you don't know how long he's going to be and come back to recuperate. Then you have Chris Dunn, who the Bulls won it last year, but he's showing that he couldn't take Ricky Rubio's spot. He couldn't do it. So the Bulls got kind of what they wanted, and then they get the 7th pick as well. With that 7th pick, they get Lauri Markkanen from Arizona, the power forward, who can shoot threes like crazy. But I'm thinking to myself, don't you have Mirovic already on your team who can kind of shoot threes? It's kind of the same player. So I don't really know where they went, but at the same time, they're rebuilding. They want to be fresh. They want to start over. So you wonder what they're going to do with Rajon Rondo, what they'll do with Dwayne Wade. All that came into effect. But Jimmy Butler going to the Timberwolves, it's crazy. We will talk about that in just a few minutes. But let's keep going with the draft. The number 8 pick, the Knicks got the Frenchman, Frank. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, Nicotina, whatever it is. Okay, I tried, but it came out horrible. That's why I didn't try in the first place. But then I tried. But anyways, he gets picked. He plays overseas, and he's already in a man league. So when he comes in the NBA, he will be NBA ready. I like those French guys who go out there and they play in those French leagues, and they beat them up. They teach you how to be a man very young. He's been playing since he was basically 15 years old in that league. He's going to be ready for the NBA. He's a great defender, great slasher. He'll be a good role player. I wouldn't call him an all-star, but I'll call him, he can be somewhat of an overall all-around player who played 10 to 12, maybe 15 years in the league. He'll be a good piece for the Knicks, but I think the Knicks could got better, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Number 9, you get Dennis Smith Jr. from North Carolina State. He goes to the Mavericks, and he's basically a Russell Westbrook, Eric Bledsoe, big body type of point guard who has a 48-inch vertical. The man can leap out the gym. That is a great pick for Dallas because, Dallas, they finally have a draft pick, and it's been, 15 freaking years, 10 years since they've had a draft pick inside the top 10. So it just shouts out to their organization for always being good. But at the same time, you kind of knew that, Mark Cuban has to revitalize his team. He has to go young. He has to rebuild. Because every year, the Mavericks, and bless their hearts, they try and contend every year by getting pieces. But it's like every year they get older and older and older. They have to get young. That's a great pick from them, Dennis Smith to the Mavericks. And he's going to be a stud for them. Zach Collins in a trade with the Kings and the Blazers. He goes to the Trailblazers. He's a backup for Gonzaga, for the big man. I forgot his name, but the big man from Gonzaga. He was the starting center. Well, he's Zach Collins is. They've always said he's always not been the best player on his team, but he has the most upside of every player that he's played for, every team he's played for. He has the most upside. So we will see. I don't really get that pick from the Trailblazers standpoint, but I would have thought they would have got something more physical, and they kind of did. We'll talk about that in a second as well. But Zach Collins, hey, hope he does good. He has great touch around the rim. He's not afraid of the big moment. He has great footwork when it comes down to post playing as well. So now, my absolute steal of the draft, number 11, the Charlotte Hornets get Malik Monk from Kentucky. I think he is the best shooter. And his athleticism is crazy. And you think about it, yes, he's not a Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan's a GM. And Michael Jordan probably had to see a little tiny bit of himself in Malik Monk. I think Malik Monk was obviously a top 6 to 8 player, but there's just the way the draft went, it didn't go that route. But number 11 to the Charlotte Hornets, they get a steal. You pair him with Kemba Walker, they're still a small backcourt, but at the same time, Malik Monk plays big. And he plays big. And he plays with an attitude that I like. He will shoot you back in the game anytime. He's the best shooter in this draft. And Charlotte got better on offense instantly. Then you add Dwight Howard, who joined them as well. That team could be, look out for that team with Nick Batum playing some of the point as well. So it's not putting that much pressure on Malik or Kemba to be the ball handlers, the primary ball handlers. So that being said, I like their route that the Hornets are going, and they'll be a scary team to contend with in the East this following year. And then that being said, at number 12, what is his name here? Luke Kennard from Duke. He goes to the Detroit Pistons. Great shooter, great touch, great footwork for a small forward. He makes tough shots look easy. Like he's creating all kind of crazy stuff, but he makes it look easy. He has, you're not going to outrun him. You're not going to make him play faster than what he is. He doesn't do that. He's a smart kid as well. He knows his spots. He's going to do great for that Detroit Pistons team, who had a bad year this year. They had a good year 2 years ago, but this year was pretty bad. They could probably switch it around now because they have some pieces, and Luke Kennard might be what they're missing. Let's go with notable players now. The players that basically people know. Josh Jackson from North Carolina, he goes 14 to the Kings. Kings are looking good. You got De'Aaron Fox and you got Josh Jackson. TJ Leaf, number 18, he goes to the Pacers as well. Teammate Alonzo Ball, he got a lot of those good looks. So you know that when he's open, he's going to make his shots. Because when you're open for UCLA, you're going to be open in the NBA. And you got to make shots. And TJ Leaf will make shots. I think he's a great fit for the Pacers as well. Probably a little high, but for the Pacers organization, they need to start over. He's a good kid who can shoot, and he's pretty physical, more physical than what people thought he was going to be. At number 26, Caleb Swanigan from Purdue. Big boy went to Portland. Like I said, they did get Zach Collins, but I said they should have went more physical. Well, he don't get more physical than Caleb Swanigan. The man is a beast. He will play power forward. He knows his role. He knows he's not going to come in the NBA and just put up 18 points a game. No, he's going to go in, probably give you 10 points. He's going to give you, 10 to 12 rebounds, and he's going to give you some work ethic. He's going to work, and I like the big man. I really like him. So we will see how he does in the NBA. But with the Blazers, he's going to have a chance to get offensive rebounds and chances to make isolation plays from time to time down the block. So we will definitely see him. He has a nice backstory too. Don't know about him. Check him out in his backstory. Number 34, we're going to order 34. Frank Mason III, the point guard for Kansas, who was basically the Wooden Player of the Year. Usually those guys go in the top, 10. The only reason why he is where he is because of his height. Because he's small. If he was 3 or 4 inches taller, he'll be a top 10 pick. No doubt. Maybe a top 5 pick. But he has guts. He's a winner. He has heart. I like him. He most likely be the backup to De'Aaron Fox for the Kings. But I like what the Kings got going on. I like it. You get De'Aaron Fox, Josh Jackson. Then you get Frank Mason Jr. That right there is Kentucky, North Carolina, and Kansas all on one team. Winners. You got that. That's the theme for the Kings. They wanted winners. You got to revitalize this franchise. You want to bring in winners. They did the right thing. I like Frank Mason Jr. going to the Kings. Tyler Dorsey at 41. He goes to the Hawks. The Hawks are rebuilding, but the guy can shoot threes. He's a playmaker. He's proven they call him Mr. March for a reason, because he comes up big in the big games. In the March in college are the big games, so he came up big. So a guy like that, you would think for the Hawks, he would definitely find a roster spot. He will have one, and he will be a tremendous impact in the next couple of years for the Hawks. Could be a good player. He might be an all. You just never know. You never know with these guys. And 45, his teammate Dylan Brooks goes to the Rockets. That's a great pick, because the man is that's Mike D'Antoni off way. He is a power forward who can shoot the three. He plays a power forward, small forward spot, but he can rebound, and he has grit and guts. And I think he will be, that was an excellent pick for what they like to run in that Mike D'Antoni system for Houston. So great pick for them at 45. And 48, Sindarius Thornwell going to Milwaukee Bucks. That guy is number heart. Will it materialize into the NBA? We'll see about that. Will he get a roster spot? I really hope so. He does. But Sindarius Thornwell has nothing to play with. He was basically the MVP for the tournament. He basically put that South Carolina team on his back, held it down for him, and now he's taking his talents to Milwaukee. I cannot wait to see him. He was my favorite player in this in the tournament. Going in the tournament, he was my favorite player to watch. That basically wraps up the draft. The draft was crazy. They had a few trades here and there. Nothing big, nothing like crazy, except for the Jimmy Butler trade. We'll talk about that in just a second. But overall, this draft was wonderful. Even guys in the late 40s, and then those guys will build and help franchises. I promise you guys, they will help the Tyler Dorsey, the Frank Mason Jr.'s. Those guys they might not be your best player. They probably won't, but they will be key players on your team when they go big or make it somewhere big. They'll be key contributors to every team. So guys from the top, number 1, Markelle Fultz to Lonzo Ball. Then we're talking about Dennis Smith, from Justin Jackson to, like I said, Tyler Dorsey, TJ Lee. They all have a purpose on each team. And I like that this draft was deep and it meant something. When the player of the year from college is number 34, when the player of the tournament, Sindarius Thornwell, is number 48, you know you got a good draft. And I'm excited to see where these kids go. I wish them the best of luck. I wish them injury-free seasons as well. And I wish them a good spirit and good health as well. So, with that being said, let's talk about this trade. Good God. My man, Jimmy Butler, I call him Jimmy Buckets. Everybody know I call him Jimmy Buckets. He gets buckets. And his name's Jimmy. I think I've said it before plenty of times. But Jimmy Bucket, we all knew that Chicago was somewhere in this rebuild mode. They finally said, you know what? We can't beat them. Let's rebuild. They've had their chances. They got in Dwayne Wade. Now, granted, the Rajon Rondo injury hurt them big time. If he was healthy, they would have smoked through the Boston Celtics. They would have smoked them and then played and probably lost in the second round. I don't know. But that being said, they had a great chance. You would have never known they were the 8th seed or whatever they were playing the Boston Celtics. Anyways, that being said, they had to make a decision. Should we stay with this core group or should we go younger? Well, they are going younger, obviously, and I respect that. I wish more teams would just say, you know what, F it, like the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's just go ahead and rebuild. Let's be sorry on purpose so that in 4 or 5 years, we get all this buzz and attention for having a good team. Guess what? Philly fans are excited. Philly fans across the nation are excited because they knew that, they trusted the process, and now you have potential for a great basketball team to the next 5-10 years. Bulls are looking for that kind of stuff, so I don't blame teams for going that route anymore. You got to get sorry. There's no way you're beating the Golden State Warriors, no way you're beating the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James. Well, that being said, now we have the Bulls who got the 7th pick, and the Bulls got Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine. Now, with that being said, those guys aren't Jimmy Butler. They're not Jimmy Butler one bit. Jimmy Butler is a stud, in my opinion. I think he's a top 10, maybe top 15 guy, depending on who you talk to. I think Jimmy Butler is a stud and he's a star. You put him on the Timberwolves, and my man Chris Jones, a.k.a. Turtle, said it best. That is a baby big three. When you got Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns, the big cat, you got Jimmy Butler, and then you got Andrew Wiggins. Now that in the West is scary. They could catapult to about a 6-7 seed just with Jimmy Buckets alone. ESPN kept saying it. the guys kept saying, analysts, they had the most double-digit blown leads in the fourth quarter. When you got Jimmy Butler, that's not going to happen because Jimmy Butler gets buckets in the fourth quarter. He's a big-time scorer. He's a big-time playmaker. I liked what he did. Tom Thibodeau is reuniting with his guy. He plays defense. Andrew Wiggins plays defense. Ricky Rubio plays defense. So this team right here, Carl Anthony Towns, plays defense. So it's a lot of two-way players on this team. I'm excited to see where Minnesota goes. But with that being said, I keep saying that with that being said, but here we go. Highway robbery. That was the best deal for the Bulls? Really? The best deal on the table. So you couldn't get Jimmy Butler and wait till the season started, maybe ride him out, try and get a better trade. Say if Jimmy Butler does go, you get him, he's scoring 25 a game, looking real good. Somewhere towards the All-Star break. What you'll do is, then you trade him because now people want him. You can get trades, trade value. Because who you got when you got Lauri Markkanen from Arizona, that doesn't replace Jimmy Butler, and it won't. We know that any draft pick won't trade him, but man, you didn't get an ascending star at the 7th pick. So many guys, they could have got Malik Monk. I'm saying Malik Monk was the steal, basically. You could have got him, but they went with another guy that basically plays like Mirotic. So good luck with that. That was highway robbery. I know the Bulls want to start over, get young again. I understand that. And they got some really, really okay picks, some good picks that's going to help them out later on in the draft. They're trying to free up cap space so that they can get a big name guy. You would think so, because unless they're going to go to straight up sorry next year and try and get the first overall pick or a top 3 pick. So you never know with that. But I'm excited to see where this Timberwolves team goes. I'm excited to see about the NBA. For one day, maybe a week, it got me thinking, man, I cannot wait for the season. And then it's going to hit me and I'm going to wake up like, well, there's still the Warriors and the Cavaliers and they'll meet for a 4th time in a row. So it's going to hurt my heart. But with that being said, I am so excited. This draft was everything that I love. Jimmy Butler's going to the Timberwolves. The West has got even deeper now. It's crazy. And the East, Markelle Fultz, Philadelphia be on the rise now. I see Sacramento looking real good. Maybe not this year, but the year after that, they could be getting somewhere. They're trying to get somewhere. They're getting winners on their team, and I respect that from their organization. They're finally doing something right. Big winners. The Kings are my big winners. 76ers are my big winners as well, just for getting number 1 pick. The Kings are my big winners. Big losers, I want to say the New York Knicks. The Knicks, all this going on, and you pass up Malik Monk, who could have been a cornerstone for your franchise, but you get the French kid, number 8. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not no knock on him, because we haven't seen him play in the NBA, and he has played with big boys in France. So, but I think the Knicks could have gotten Malik Monk and went a different direction. But who knows? I think they're the biggest losers, and you never know, man. But teams are trying to get better, and teams are trying to get worse. Hawks are trying to get worse. Blazers probably trying to get worse. You don't know that. Kings are trying to get better. I like where they're going, so I'm very excited about each team's cornerstone and where they're going. Because let's be honest, if you gotta be sorry to be good, damn it, do it. Do it. Because the way the NBA is going out, there's super team versus super team, and the rest of those 26 teams, they cannot compete. So they say, you know what? Let's get better and create our own super team like the Golden State Warriors. If we draft well, we can have a super team of our own without getting players. Warriors got a super team, and 3 of those guys are on the team by being drafted, and they just went to go get Kevin Durant. So, hey, maybe new formula. You never know, man. So, overall, great draft. Probably the best ones I've ever seen in my life. I actually sat there and watched all rounds 1 through 2, all 60 picks, so it was amazing. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out my boy, Craig Turtle Jones, on So You Think You Know Sports, part of the Uneducated Network. Like I said, I'm joining it now, so we are going to get it rolling. He's not alone anymore. Check me and him out talking about the draft. It's a very quick recap of the draft. We had fun. I had a blast doing it, man. So hit me up on Facebook. My name is Carlos Clayton. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana. If that helps, check me out on Twitter as well, at Carlos Clayton _. I repeat, at Carlos Clayton _. Like I said, comment. How do you think the draft went? Who are your winners? Who are your losers? Let me know. This is Uneducated Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. And as always, sports fans, you know what it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.